Hello dear soulmate, you're welcome back to my channel CEO Dress. My name is Esther. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for watching. So in this video, we're going to be learning how to make this Princess Dart Bustier top that has a peplum design, loops at the back, and even loops at the front. It has a built-up neckline and a tulip sleeve with a puff design. So if you're interested in learning this, join me while we get into it. So on my pattern paper, I've already marked out my bust on the bust to waist and hips. So if you're new, if you're a beginner, I'm going to leave the link in my description box on how to draft a basic bodice, and you can see from that video how I went about to do this. So right now I'm marking my bust part measurement, which is my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, and I'm using 3.5. I'm going to mark it from my bust point to the hip area, and I'm going to connect it with a straight line. Okay, so from that point, I'm going to mark 1 inch on both sides on the waist. I'll mark the same thing on the underbust and on the hip. From the bust point line, I came down by 0.75. This is because I'm trying to avoid sharp points, okay? So after marking this on my underbust and waist, rather, I didn't mark it on the hip, sorry. Only the underbust and the waist, and I'm going to connect it with a straight line like this, okay? So after connecting it to the straight line, I'm going to take my curve ruler and I'm going to connect it into the underbust. This is me trying to tighten the underbust, okay? I'm going to connect it after using 1 inch on both sides on the underbust. I'll take my curve ruler like this and I'll connect it together. So you can also shear this 2 inches by using 0.75 towards the center and 1.25 towards the side. It's totally fine. So I came down by 6 inches from the waistline and I'm connecting it together like this. So after doing that, I'm just going to trace the remaining dart line towards the hip area so that we can see it. Now I'm going to put my Princess Dart effect. So you can actually mark the center of your armhole curve, but I always like to take it this way by coming down by 2.5 inches or 2 inches from the shoulder line. Okay, so I marked 2.5 inches from there and I'm taking my curve ruler like this, connecting from that 2.5 on the armhole area to the bust point, and this is what I have. So I'll come down from that point by 1 inch. After coming down by 1 inch, I'll place my curve ruler and connect it back to the bust point again. So that will be a dart that will be taken off. Okay, as you can see, I've indicated it. So this part will also be taken out as well. So I'm going to come out by 1 inch, and this 1 inch is exactly the dart allowance we took out here. I'm going to extend the lower part by that same 1 inch, and after extending it there, I'm going to connect it into my armhole curve. Now that means that I'm not going to be working with the old armhole. I'm going to be working with this new one that I've connected. Okay, so after doing that, I've already gotten my Princess Dart effect there, and the next thing I want to do is that I want to connect my basic body. So now you can actually make this a panel dress. You can decide to make it like 8 pieces, 6 pieces, add as much dart as you want, okay? But I think I'm totally fine with this is just as it is in the video. So I'm going to mark the body measurement, dividing it by 4, and I'm going to add the dart allowance at the necessary places, that is the underbust and the waist. Just mark your body measurement, divide it by 4 for your bust, your waist, your hip, and then connect them together as you can see. So after connecting them together, this is what I have here. Yeah, so the next thing I want to do is that I want to add a little allowance or a little space to the hip area. But if you want to make this a panel dress, you can just come to the waist, divide it by 2 and connect it, okay? So I added 2 inches towards the hip area and I connected it from the waist to it. So I'm not going to be working with the original hip line. I'm going to be working with this new hip line. This is me trying to get that flea design there, and this is me trying to show you what it looks like when you want to put a dart at this point. That is, if you want to make this like 8 pieces, 12 pieces, just go ahead and take the midpoint of what you have from first dart, the second dart leg towards the side of the waist to the waist side, divide it by 2, take a dart there, and then make sure you add the dart back to your waist measurement. Okay, now I've indicated the areas that have the loops on the dress, and now I'm trying to put our built up neckline. So you can see my neck measurement is 3 by 3 inches, which is standard, and I'm just going to take a straight line up. That is just going to use that as a guide. So after extending it up, I'm going to mark 1 inch there. You can use 1.25, you can use 1.5, but I think 1 inch is okay for me. So I went ahead to make it visible with the marker, and I'm going to use my curve to, smoothen it in like this. You don't want that place standing. Of course, you want it to relax. You can use your curve ruler or just use your free hand to smoothen it in like this. Now the next part is to get this center front area. You can decide to come up from your chest line by 1 inch, 1.5, or even come down as much as you want, but I want to make use of the chest line. Okay, so I'm going to place my ruler like this and connect it into the chest line, and this is what I have for my front. Okay, so I want you to also take note that this front piece is not going to be cut on the fold. It's going to be cut separately. Okay, you're going to cut it separately, and you're going to be adding all the necessary allowance you need, and there'll be loops at the front. You can see how I indicated the loops. Okay, make sure you do that. So you're going to be putting the loops before you go ahead and close it up. So as you can see, I'm going to cut the pieces out, and if you are a beginner, I would advise you watch me while I do it. Okay, so while cutting it, I realized that I didn't take this part of my top, so I'm going to come up from the hip line by 1 inch, and I'm going to blend it into the hip line like this. This is not compulsory, you can actually leave it the other way, but I think this is what I want here, and I'm good. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out. As you can see, if you're finding this tutorial very helpful, please don't hesitate to give us a thumbs up and share our video. And for those that are beginners who love fashion and want to learn, we have a beginner class online that is ongoing at the moment, and if you're interested, just send a message to the WhatsApp number displayed on your screen. Okay, so just to add to the flay area, that is the peplum area, this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take the midpoint of the waistline and connect it to the hip. That is me just dividing it into two equal parts, and then from this part I'm going to slash it open on both sides like this. Now I don't want to slash this entirely, just a little to the end. Okay, just leave a little space at the end rather. Then I'm going to take a piece of paper and place it like that, and I'll use my tape to hold it. Now before you use your tape to hold it or your pin, make sure you spread it out as much as you want. Once you've gotten enough space, that is how full you want the peplum design to be, then you can go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so I don't want mine to be too much. Okay, I just want something there but not too much. That's why I didn't put enough space. With this effect, you're going to get as much wideness, as much fullness as you want. And I forgot to impute my bust dart, which is what I did. I came down by 1.5 inches from the bust line, connected it to the bust point, and I'm folding it in. Please, if you have not cut your pattern, do it before cutting, so that when you have this part that is not aligning at the side, you can always correct it before cutting it. But if you've already cut it, there's no problem. All you need to do is just take a piece of paper like this, place it, and hold it down with your tape, then connect it with your ruler, and then you can go ahead and cut it out. You can also do this on your fabric. If you don't want to do this on your paper, it's totally fine, but if you're a beginner, I advise you just do it on the paper. Now for the back piece, I've gone ahead to mark the shoulder line, chest line, bust line, waist and hip. Take note that the shoulder to waist here is going to be different. I use 17 inches for the front, and for the back is 15.5, meaning I've taken away the 1.5 inches, which is for my bust dart. That is why it's like this. Okay, take note of that. So the first thing I'm doing is to mark half of an inch on the waistline towards the center back, connect it to the top and towards the hip area. This will actually help the back to relax well. Okay, the back could have been on a fold, but no, because of this, we're not going to be having it on a fold. We're going to be joining it at that point. And now I'm marking my bust span measurements. I marked 3.5 inches, and when I added it together with the half inch I took from the waist is 4 inches, and I marked it on the chest line to the hip, connected it with a straight line, and I'm taking a dart of 0.75 on both sides. Now I'll connect them towards the chest line at the top, and I'll mark 6 inches below the waist and connect it towards the hip line like this, and that way we've gotten our dart. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to impute the body measurements. Okay, so the dart is going to be taken off, and I've extended the line towards the hip area so we can see it. I'm going to back the body measurement, but before doing that, I'm going to do this peplum, the princess seam rather. So I came down by 2.5 inches like I did for the front, and I have connected it with my curve. Okay, so after connecting it together, I smoothen the sharp point, and now I can impute the body measurement, dividing it by 4 and adding the dart allowance on the waist area, because that's the only place we have a dart. Then I'm going to mark the hip measurement, dividing it by 4 as well, and I'll connect them together. So mind you, I'm using a hip measurement of 40 inches, a waist measurement of 29 inches, and a bust measurement of 36 inches. So towards the hip area, I marked the 2 inches extra that we added in the front, and I'm going to connect it from the waist to that point. So we're having our new hip line. So now we're going to label it. Okay, I'm going to label it the center back and the side back, and then I'll also come to the upper part so we can get our beauty up neckline design there. Like I did for the front, I extended this upwards, and I'm going to mark 1 inch there. So if you use 1 inch for front, make sure you use 1 inch for back. Okay, whatever you use for the front, you should use for the back. Then after that, I'm going to come in by 0.25 at the top there, and I'm going to connect it in like this. So I'm going to be making use of this new one, not the previous one I marked there. And then I'm going to take my ruler like this and connect it to the center front. If you notice that the center front is lower than the side, you can decide to come down by half 0.25. You can try to draw the straight line to the end and come down by 0.25, or just use your curve and do it this way. It's totally up to you. Okay, so now I also went ahead to smoothen the side into the shoulder lines, okay, just to avoid pointy parts there and for that place to relax. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. So soulmate, if you find this tutorial very helpful, please do not hesitate to give us a thumbs up, share our video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't. You know, this is a way of motivating us and telling us that, okay, please post more tutorials. Thank you for doing that. Okay, so at this point I'm going to label it the back pattern, and we're going to also create that fullness we have around the peplum area. Now I'm going to slash this part into two, and I'm going to cut it out. Okay, so while cutting it, I remember that I have not taken that 1 inch away from the hip area like I did for the front. Please, whatever you do for the front, you have to do it for the back. If not, it's not going to align when you're sewing. So I marked the 1 inch around that area, put it together with a tape, and then I connected it together. So after connecting it, I'm going to cut it out. It's very important that whatever you do for the front, you have to do for the back so that they can align. If not, the side for the front and the back would not align, and you're going to have issues when you're sewing it. Okay, so now I'm going to slash it open on both sides. Take an extra piece of paper, place it together, and open it as much as I want. Now you want to also use the front as a guide. Be careful not to make it too full and not to make it too small, because you want something that would align and be equal at the end of the day. You know what you want, so you should be able to make the fullness as much as you want it. So after putting that together, this is what I have. As you can see, this is what the back would look like, and the back would also be cut separately, not unfold. The back will be joined at the back there, and there will be a loop around it, just to, you know, snatch it a little if you want to. So soulmates, we're actually done with this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support and your love. If you find this tutorial helpful, please subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and leave a comment in the comment section. Thank you for watching. See you in my next one.